Hey everybody, I'm Donna of donnaandtora.com. In this video, I'm going to cook veggie bake. Now, I've been cooking this veggie bake for many years, and over the years I've kept changing it and upgrading it, so it's now a really healthy veggie bake. And the good thing I love about it is it's got broccoli and cauliflower, and who really loves cauliflower? Cauliflower, carrots, even dill. Now, of course, I'm not necessarily a natural cook. I'm not one of those people who can go to a refrigerator and actually whip something up and go, da-da. It's just not me. Even now, I've got my humble little recipe here, just so I can make sure that I've got it all correct and I've got all the right things in there, because nothing's worse than missing something out, like the eggs. So I'm just going to follow along this. You're going to have it there on our blog as well. But the reason why I'm doing this is to show the people who don't cook particularly a lot or don't think themselves as a natural cook like myself that you can do this too. The good thing is about this video is we're actually going to speed it up, so it's not going to take the half an hour that it takes me to prep it. All right, so that's the exciting thing. So just follow along with the recipes you'll see on the PDF as well, and then we can get going. Right, the way I'd love to do this though is I'm going to jump straight into the grating. So get a big bowl. First thing I need to do is get my humble grater, and I'm sure there's other ways of doing this, but this is great for your arm strength as well. And because there's two lots of grating, you've got a little bit of cheese as well as carrots. So I'm going to start with my carrots, so then my arms can have a rest before I get into the cheese. Not that there's too much cheese. Probably the most difficult part of the whole veggie bake really is grating the carrots. So if you've got teenagers or kids that can do that for you, that'd be great. Broccoli. So far I've got a big bowl of carrots. Next I've got broccoli. I'm going to do probably about half of that, maybe 2/3 of that head of broccoli. And this is a small half of a collie, so I'll probably do a big half of this half. That looks about right. Right, next the broccoli, so I'll take some of these babies out. Even with the dill, I don't like too many big stubs hanging out there, so I like to do it as fine as possible. I'm putting a whole bunch in. Just love that. Delicious. There's something about dill, it just is absolutely delicious. So far I've gotten here, I've got the dill, I've got the broccoli, and I've got the collie. So far so good, looking good. Half a cup flaxseed, see that there? It's the flaxseed meal now, used to be flour in the old days. About half a cup. Just half a teaspoon of natural baking powder, just to give it a little bit of rise. I know I'm off my grains, but a little bit of baking powder makes all the difference. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, salt and pepper, and then we also want a quarter of a cup of olive oil. Good old olive oil. Can't miss there. Quarter cup of oil. Give it a good mix around. Pour in the oil. Just half a cup of cheese. A little bit of finely grated cheese just to go in there, just to give it a little bit of a taste. So far so good. Then the eggs. So I have to separate 5 eggs. So now what I'm going to do is, with my trusty blender, I used to hand beat these. I don't know how I did it. Anyway, those are the days. So just start off, I've got 5 egg whites in here. Perfect. So reasonably stiff as well. Perfect, perfect. Give them a stir. So at the moment I've got all the dry ingredients in here with the egg yolks. So you mix that. I find it, I like to mix it all up before it even goes into the pot. So mix it all up in there like so. Beautiful. Now, last but not least, then what I'm going to do is just simply fold in the egg whites. Try not to take too much of the air out of the egg whites. That's probably the one thing I learnt from home economics in high school, which clearly isn't going back that far. And last but not least, I'm putting it in my trusty Tupperware. As you can tell, I've used this a few times before. Straight in here it goes. Oven's already preheating. Beautiful. All right, so it doesn't look like much at the moment, but as you can tell, this is then put in the oven for 55 minutes. Because I've got 5 eggs in here, I'm going to cook it for 55 minutes. And then you'll see when it comes out, I'll slice it up, and we normally have a couple of pieces per night. It also freezes well, so this is why I'm doing it, because we're going away, and so then that means when we come back, we've got some in the freezer so we can have some yummy veggies when we get home without having to go out after we've been travelling. Yum! So I've already preheated the oven. It's at 160 degrees and it's been going for about 10 minutes now, so it's all nice and warm. I'm going to put this in for 55 minutes. I'm going to do the dishes and clean up, and then when I get back, I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, bye. So that's what it looks like, coming out straight out of the bowl here. Now, it's a good idea to let it stand for a good 5 minutes to let it all really settle down. So then the next thing is then you need to flip it over to get it out. Are we ready? Get out of the way. Ta-da! Here it is, herbed veggie ring. The great thing is to make sure you've got a ring in the centre so that it actually cooks properly. Beautiful. It's one of the best dishes, great to have in the freezer, great to have around. This will probably cover us for about 4 or 5 meals, just adding it as extra on the side. It's got 3 yummy vegetables in it, just delicious. Make sure you sign up and get the recipe from us. All right, I'm going to get on with the chicken now. I've got to do some, get ready, marinate some chicken, and I want to char grill the vegetables so then we can have a yummy dinner. All right, so I'm going to get back into it, and I'll see you later. In health and happiness and weight control. Bye now.